What is up, everyone? It is your dog Scruffle's favorite YouTuber, IAnthonyD here, back at it with another Daylight by Dead video. Listen, now, I had another video planned. I edited it. It was ready to go. Literally, I could post it, but I watched a video from Slash and Cast, which, by the way, they inspired this video, so if you haven't already, please go subscribe and support them. Do whatever you can to throw some love their way. But I watched a video from them, and it was talking about the Freddy rework changes coming to Dead by Daylight and their thoughts and opinions, and they discussed it a little bit. But when I got home later that night, something felt off. I didn't know what it was, and I kept thinking about what would I want to see from the Freddy rework. I talked to some friends, I came up with some ideas, and one of the bigger things in their video that they were talking about was the idea of removing the dream world completely from Dead by Daylight, from Freddy completely. Now, I didn't like this idea. I think, especially when it comes to killers, Freddy is one of the most unique killers in the game. Arguably. I mean, you have killers that can teleport and move really quickly, and then you got killers with chainsaws that can down a survivor in one hit. Like, when it comes to Freddy, the dream world aspect is so freaking unique. However, when it comes to killers, Freddy ranks pretty low, and I think one of the ways to improve this is making the dream world aspect a legitimate threat. In the current Dead by Daylight game build, this is how Freddy works. You can't see him. He is an invisible object. You can see the grass moving. You can even hear his lullabies as he gets closer to you, but once he gets you to fall asleep, he can then interact with you. He's able to slash you. He's able to murray you. He's able to throw you up on the hook. All that good stuff. But that's pretty much it. The way that you wake up is you can have a djinn blow up in your face, or you can have a survivor snap you awake. That's all we got for the dream world. Now, I think if we improve upon the dream world, make it a more legitimate threat, it goes along with the movies. I mean, if you look at it, Freddy is useless when you're awake. Okay, well, but when you're asleep, he's literally God. He can do whatever he wants. It's insane how powerful he is. So I think if we can translate this to the game somehow, it would be pretty good. I have some ideas that I think could help do this, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. If you guys are just like, Anthony, this is unrealistic dream world bullshit, my dude, hit the road, I will completely understand. But if not, let's get the discussion down in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts on it as well. I love talking about this kind of stuff with you guys. So here are my ideas for the Freddy dream world improvement, is what I'm going to call it. Now, I'm going to first say I want the dream world to be a threat. I want it to be legit. Like, you don't want to be in it. The whole objective is to get out of it, right? You don't want to be asleep where Freddy's his most powerful. You want to get out of it. One of the ways to do this, I think it must be much harder to wake up and escape the dream world. Get rid of the whole djinn thing. I never really liked that. You must find a survivor to wake you up. That's how it works in the movies. The friends stay awake to wake up their friends. That's how it should work in game. I think that goes along well. Pretty easy to do. Everything else we can keep the same. He can be invisible. You hear the lullaby, all that good stuff. But once he puts you to sleep, yes, he can hit and interact with you. I'm fine with that. But to make the dream world a bit more of a threat, to impose this Freddy fear that can do whatever he wants, I would like, ideally, for him to be able to affect the map. Now, this is one of the things most of my friends were saying were pretty unrealistic, was I wanted him to be able to literally rearrange the map at his will, maybe change things, structures move over here, djinns, can rotate, they can randomize. Like, that would be pretty sweet, but I agree, it's a bit unrealistic. But however, I want the dream world to be different than the normal world when you're awake. I think a good way to do this is maybe mirror the map, flip it on its side so things are in different spots. Maybe if you could just move a few structures around, that would be pretty sweet. I just want them to be completely different when you're awake and when you're asleep. I think that would work pretty well. Now, another thing is I want, again, the idea here is you need to escape the dream world. You don't want to be asleep and hanging out in there with Freddy. So I think a good idea to make that urgency last is to limit the amount of djinns that you're able to do. I say 2 to 3 maximum amount of djinns that you should be able to do in the dream world with much harder skill checks. I don't want you to be asleep and to be able to just do all djinns. Like, that kind of defeats the purpose. I think the idea here is to wake up and then, escape. So yeah, 2 to 3 djinns. Now, another idea, this was one of the thinner ones, but when Freddy gets one of the people to fall asleep, he takes their souls. Now, I would ideally like him to get a bit more powerful the more people he puts to sleep. That'd be pretty sweet. Maybe you can, it could be a perk idea, I guess, but maybe an increased attributes. You know, he gets a little bit of a speed boost. Maybe he can hit tier 3 like Michael and just down people in the dying state with one hit. Something along those lines would be pretty sweet. These are my ideas. I think these are small. Some of them got a lot of holes in it, but I think things like this is the right direction. I think Freddy's pretty good where he is now. He just needs to be improved on. I think the Dream World should be a legit threat because it's super unique and I don't want to see it leave the game. I would like to know your guys' thoughts down below. It's the discussion going down there. If you guys enjoyed this video, smack a like on it. It really does help. Please go check out Slash and Cast. If you haven't watched their video, it will be in the description down below. While you're down there in the description, you will see a few links. You'll see the Twitter, you'll see the Discord. That's where we put all our updates and all that good stuff because we live stream every single weekend. You don't want to miss it. You'll also see the merch. Buy it, cop it, wear it. It's the dopest merch in the game, as well as the member/sponsor link. You can become a producer and directly support the channel, get your name in the credits, as well as a bunch of exclusive perks and love from me dearly. That's all I have for you guys today. I truly hope you guys have a wonderful day, morning, night. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Don't do drugs, don't have sex. Oh yeah, don't die.
They weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned.
Pennywise, meet Georgie. Meet Pennywise.